Taurus, happy December, happy last month of the year of the snake. So what's interesting is I had some different decks that wanted to come out to play, and I was like, okay, I'm here for it, let's do it. So this first deck, so Aphrodite has been super present, which is amazing. Venus, you know, the goddess of your sign. So this deck is Healing Water. So I'm going to pull one of these and then some romance cards and dig into the tarot. So stick around because it's going to be a good time. Ooh, so the overall potential possibility for love this month is the sweet waters. And it says sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, balance. Amazing. That is a great start. So that is your overall potential for love this month, what is possible. And so now I'm just going to pull a couple romance cards, see what other bits come through before we jump into the tarot to take a look at your energy, possibly your person's energy. That one started to jump. Woo! And then go from there and then get some angel cards for any last minute advice, etc. Okay, so the two kind of romance cards that came out, the first one is surprise. It says romantic surprises are on the horizon. Be open to them. Holla. Oh, I can't get that. Yay. And then the next one that came out is charisma. And it says love flows to you. You radiate charisma and charm. You absolutely do. You vixens. You little Venusian vixens. This is lovely. I am digging it. All right. So now we're going to take a look at your energy, recent past, current, potential, anything about your person. We're just going to see what happens, see what comes through. Oh, goodness. Oh, hello. All right, so this one popped out. Interesting. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. Rock and roll. Here we go. Okay. So, it looks like there was in the recent past, so you have the Five of Cups, the Three of Wands, and then the Emperor. And so I feel like there's a little bit of, there was a love challenge, we'll say. There was some grief around this. Maybe you still have some of that. And there was also like different options. So I don't know if maybe you felt like you were an option of many or whatnot, but then so it kind of then like moves into the Emperor. So it's like whatever was going on, whatever was feeling, then got integrated, which is really lovely, right? So it goes from like this, maybe you felt like you're an option and that made you feel like you weren't good enough or something along those lines. But now it's like you're sitting more, you're seated in your power, if that makes sense. So whatever this decision happened, whatever this pain was, this grief, you had a choice, right? And you made the choice to then transmute it, and it made you stronger. So pain leads to power. And I know when you're going through it, you're like, I just want to be over. I don't want to feel like this anymore. I get it. Been there, done that. Have the t-shirt. I should probably sell it. But then, yeah, so it's like you feel different now than you did, like, we'll say 3 months ago is what I'm hearing. And it's interesting because it's like there's this fascinating balance. So we have Queen of Pentacles, which is Earth sign, and it's also very like Mother Nature-y, there's a fertility vibe to it, which wasn't there fertility on one of those cards too that we looked at? Intriguing. And then we have the Devil, and the Devil it depends. But in this sense, I feel like in this context, it's because this has to do with love, that there's a very strong attraction and between both of you. Like you both find each other, like there's almost like this compulsive impulse. It's like it's really intriguing. And then we also have the Strength card. And I really like that because there's something very grounded about this. And it's one of those things where it's interesting because the Queen of Pentacles is, the tarot isn't just, it's the elements, but there's also numerology, right? And so the Queen of Pentacles is 13, which is a 4. And then Strength is, the 8, then we have the Devil, and it's 1 + 5, and it's a 6, and that's the number of Venus. So it's just very fascinating to look at this. But it does feel like you are seated in a position of power. And then we also have the 4 of Pentacles, and then the Sun, and the Tower. And to me, the Tower, it's interesting because I feel like if you haven't watched any of my readings before, I don't do like reverse cards. I just go with the intuition of it. So to me, it's like the clarity that is after the Tower. And you have the Sun, which is like one of the most optimistic cards in the tarot. So it's like you have a bright future. The 4 of Pentacles, that is stability. That is building a foundation. And it being a pentacle, that's all in the 3D. And it's interesting because then we have the Queen of Pentacles, right? Wands, Cups. So we have everything kind of here that we need for this foundation. What's interesting is the challenge for you this month, or potential challenge, I should say, because this is all I'm just talking of potentials and possibilities, is the Ace of Wands. So it's almost like, can you allow that new beginning? Do you feel confident enough to step forward into this new beginning? Because this is a beginning. You are prepped. You have the Strength. You have the Sun. You've gone through this Tower moment. You've alchemized this prior pain. And it's almost like your mission, should you choose to accept it, is stepping forward fearlessly with passion and just this really beautiful. And what's interesting is the card that kind of popped as I was shuffling was the Page of Wands. And so to me, Page of Wands are very flirty. But once again, so we have these 2 wands here. So get out there and flirt. And of course, we also have that charisma card, right? So I think that's perfect. What's interesting is what is in the subconscious is the Hanged Man. And when I feel into this, when I look at the overall, like, it's almost like that maybe you were in limbo and so you're not used. Maybe you feel like you've been stuck for a really long time. I'm probably taking way too long to say something super simple, but it's profound. So it's almost like you felt like you were kind of in limbo for so long that maybe there is a little bit of trepidation about moving forward, just because maybe you had tried all these different things and nothing was working. But it's like, that's okay. And all of those things led to where you are now. So can you take this last one step? Can you take this last, almost like leap of faith? Because in your heart, you already know, because you can feel the future, right? And then what's interesting is on the bottom of the deck, like what you don't see coming or whatnot is the Queen of Swords, which to me, that's absolute clarity. So it's like you have the clarity and maybe you don't realize it until you crank up that courage. You're like, you know what? This is the last month of the year and I am just moving forward. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to take a step. And then it's like you realize that you had the clarity all along and everything just kind of falls into place. Like, that's just how I say it. Like, it's almost like this domino effect. So, but it feels like really good. Like there's just a lot of support here. I mean, you have the Sun and you have, some seriously awesome major arcana. You have the Emperor, you have strength, like your guides, your angels, ascended masters, whoever you work with, the universe has your back. So I love it. So now I'm just going to pull a couple angel cards for any last little blessings, nuggets, insights. And now they all want to come out. See, I just said that you were so supported and I have like 20 cards want to spill out. So let that be a confirmation that if you ever doubt, no need. Ooh, fascinating. So the first card that came out was self-care. So it says, practice self-care, ensure you're getting enough rest, and engage in activities that bring joy into your life. I love that because I do feel like you can tend to beat yourself up perhaps a little more than other signs, right? I think you take a lot of things to heart, Taurus. And then the next one is empowerment. Like I said, you have the Emperor, you have the Strength card, you have the Sun, and here's a little reminder, empowerment. So it says, stand in your power to embrace your true potential with confidence. Did I not just say, like, stepping forward with confidence? And then the third one is adaptability. It says you are flexible and capable of facing changes. Trust in your strength and navigate any challenges that arise. You're prepared. Like, what's coming through is just that you are so prepared. You don't realize. It's like you have to take the step almost for you to realize how extremely prepared you really are. I love this. Await surprises. Lots of romance this month. It feels very grounded and empowered and supportive and romantic and charismatic. I love this. So let's see here. Put a lion down in the comments for the Strength and the Sun, right? If you enjoyed this reading, thank you so much. Give this video a thumbs up, click like, click subscribe, all the things. Hit that notification bell. Truly grateful for each and every one of you. Have a fantastic month. Sending Venusian blessings, and until next time, ciao.